Hi, my name is Alan Morris, pastor of First Baptist Church of South Lake Tahoe, California, and I'm again very happy to be with you today. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. What I say might offend some of you today, but I am watching people being driven by their fears as if we are stupid and we don't know anything in this country. Never let a good crisis go to waste, one liberal politician said. The anti-God, anti-Christian, and anti-Christ globalists are using this virus, along with the media that is owned by China, to bring the whole system crashing down. I'm not saying that at the first that some of the precautions that were taken weren't necessary, for they were. I believe that the steps that the president took were all necessary, and I'm grateful for those steps that he took. China has been behind all this hysteria from the beginning and unleashed this plague on the planet, and then we know from the news even tonight has tried to cover it up. Whether it was on purpose or not, I do not know. We know prophetically from the book of Revelation, and this is important, that in the last days the kings of the east will have a 200 million man army. Now only God could have known that. And will march across the Euphrates River and invade the armies of the Antichrist assembled in the valley of Armageddon. So prophetically the Bible said that the kings of the east, the Chinese and the Asians, would rise to become a very powerful military and be on the global stage. So we see prophecy being fulfilled. The Chinese government, who are socialist politicians, have been selling our military secrets to and exporting all of our industry out of the United States into China, have been in bed with each other, bringing the free world to its knees. What better way, with China's ambitions to rise to the world's most powerful superpower, to do it by bankrupting America and using the coronavirus to do it, to play upon the fears of the American people. It is becoming now a tool in the hands of corrupt politicians in our country who want a one-world government and who have no regard for the people of this country, who only want to rise to power with the super rich who have given themselves over to the spirit of Antichrist. The cure of the virus, if we are not careful, will become worse than the virus itself. If people can't work and our economy collapses, then we will have famine and death. Many people are naive of the nature of this virus as the facts are coming out. The people who die from it had pre-existing chronic health issues with a deficient immune system. Some politicians are using this to take away our First Amendment rights, and if we are not careful, our own paranoia and lack of courage, my friends, will cost us our freedoms. We must be wise in this. Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." It was obvious that the computer models were not even close to the estimated death toll. Hundreds of thousands have probably been infected with this and have already recovered and never knew it. All these guidelines were meant to give us a useful way of protecting ourselves that I agree with. But when the government steps in and starts controlling every aspect of our lives and arresting people for going out of their houses, then it's become tyranny in the hands of wannabe dictators. America needs to get its courage back in God and Christians need to find wisdom and balance in the times that we live in. I was in the Navy, and served my country and fought for our freedoms in Vietnam. I have the greatest respect and love for God and my country. But I don't want my freedoms to be taken away by big government using this virus and being afraid of going out of my house. It's gone too far. Life itself is a risk. Just go out your door and it's a risk. Every move we make is a risk. You could go out your door. You can get in your car, get hit by a car. You could drop dead of a heart attack. So it's about taking risk. Our lives are in the hands of God, though. The governor, I should say, of New York said last night on the news, Governor Cuomo, here's what he said. It wasn't God who brought the death rate down in New York, but the government did it. So that tells you everything. People need the Lord, and they are searching for answers. And we as Christians must be solid and strong in our faith and not wimpy and afraid. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I really am. But I am suspicious of what really is going on the more I see it. And we need to ask ourselves some big questions and not just move to any Gestapo that would seize power at this time. It happened in Germany, it happened in Venezuela, and it could happen here. We need to pray and ask God to get us through this. And remember that some of these politicians, what they did, remember what some of these politicians did in all this. And when it comes time, at the elections, to remember and to be careful with who we vote for. Thank you.